Picture this. A cinematic gem that transforms the timeless melodies of Neil Diamond into a poignant saga of romance, resilience, and unexpected twists of fate. It's the kind of story that could tug at your heartstrings and have, if you're scratching your head, think of tribute bands as groups that pay homage to iconic artists by performing their hits note for note, often with infectious energy that keeps the original spirit alive. Neil Diamond, the legendary crooner behind classics like Sweet Caroline and Cracklin' Rosie, might seem like a relic from your parents' or grandparents' era, but his songs have a universal appeal that transcends generations. The Sardinas turned this passion into a powerhouse act, and now their story hits the big screen, promising a blend of music, emotion, and inspiration. But here's where it gets controversial. While some critics hail it as a masterpiece, others question if it truly captures the magic. Let's break down the initial reactions, starting with our in-house enthusiast, Jimmy O, who raved about it in his review. Song Sung Blue is a damn near perfect true story that's almost impossible to believe it happened. Wonderful performances, classic tunes, and massive heart. Bring tissues for what might be my favorite film of the year. It's a glowing endorsement that highlights the film's ability to blend authentic storytelling with musical nostalgia, making it accessible even if you're not a Diamond devotee. Echoing that sentiment, reviewer at Jimmy2the O on Twitter tweeted that Song Sung Blue not only serves as a beautiful tribute to Neil Diamond's music, but it's a love story that feels incredibly authentic, ridiculously charming, and honest. He described it as a funny, toe-tapping, and heartbreaking tale that could leave audiences both uplifted and reflective. Imagine a narrative where the rhythms of songs like Solitary Man mirror the characters' journeys. It's that kind of emotional depth that makes films like this memorable. Industry insiders are chiming in too. Matt Neglia from @NextBestPicture called it a moving true story celebrating the power of love. The love for music, chasing dreams, and one another. He noted the electric chemistry between Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson as they portray a small-town Neil Diamond tribute band, navigating life's ups and downs. Similarly, Scott Menzel praised it as a heartfelt love story, capturing life's highs and lows, with Jackman and Hudson shining bright as performers who face unexpected tragedies that reshape their paths. These reviews paint a picture of a film that's as much about human connection as it is about melody. Yet, not all feedback is uniformly upbeat. And this is the part most people miss. The divide in opinions stems from its execution. Critic Jack Murphy pointed out that Song Sung Blue struggles with an overlong runtime, uneven writing, and jarring tonal shifts, though he credited Kate Hudson's heartfelt, moving performance as her best work since Almost Famous. It's a reminder that even in praise, there's room for constructive critique, and for beginners in film analysis, tonal shifts simply mean the movie swings between lighthearted fun and heavy drama, which can sometimes feel disjointed. Abe Friedtanzer agreed, noting that the film works best as a showcase for Kate Hudson, who brings passion and charm to her role opposite Hugh Jackman. He enjoyed the fun music moments, but felt the story, while worthwhile, was told in a conventional way, lacking that extra spark to elevate it beyond the familiar. Then there's Eric Anderson, who called it relentlessly hammy and tonally schizophrenic, a phrase that might confuse newcomers, but it essentially means the film's mix of over-the-top humor and intense drama felt chaotic, like a whirlwind of emotions. Still, he commended Hudson's spirited vocal performance and her charm, suggesting she's the film's saving grace. Clearly, much of the adoration centers on the lead actors, with Kate Hudson drawing particular acclaim for delivering one of her most compelling performances in years. But does this translate to awards glory? Controversy brews here. Hudson faces a steep uphill battle for an Oscar nomination in what promises to be a fiercely competitive Best Actress race. For context, think of it as vying for a spot in a crowded field where roles in films like Nomadland or Poor Things have set the bar high. Plus, with Cynthia Erivo's musical turn in Wicked for Good likely satisfying voters' appetite for theatrical flair, Hudson's chances might hinge on that raw emotional pull. That said, she could make waves at the Golden Globes. And who knows, maybe even bring Hugh Jackman along, given his past nods for musical roles in Les Miserables and The Greatest Showman. It's a classic case of talent versus timing in Hollywood's award season. To give you the full scoop, here's the official synopsis from Focus Features. Based on a true story, two down-on-their-luck musicians, played by Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, form a joyous Neil Diamond tribute band, proving it's never too late to find love and follow your dreams. The supporting cast adds even more star power, including Michael Imperioli, Ella Anderson, King Princess, Mustafa Shakir, Hudson Hensley, Fisher Stevens, and Jim Belushi. As an example, this setup allows for cameos and subplots that enrich the narrative, much like how ensemble casts in films like The Band's Visit bring diverse voices to the forefront. What do you think about these early takes on Song Sung Blue? Is Kate Hudson's performance enough to make it Oscar-worthy? Or do you see it more as a charming holiday diversion? And here's a provocative angle. Are tribute bands like the real-life Lightning and Thunder underappreciated art forms that deserve more spotlight? Or are they just nostalgic cash-ins? Share your opinions in the comments. Do you agree that the film's tonal inconsistencies are a flaw? Or does its heartfelt core outweigh them? Will you be catching it this Christmas? And what Neil Diamond song would you pick to soundtrack your own life story? About the author, news editor. Favorite movies: 12 Angry Men, 2001, A Space Odyssey, All the President's Men, Almost Famous, Annie Hall, Bicycle Thieves, Carnal Knowledge, Cinema Paradiso, Dick Tracy, Double Indemnity, Halloween, Harold and Maude, In Bruges, The Killing, Magnolia, Minnie and Moskowitz, Modern Times, Paris, Texas, Rosemary's Baby, Taxi Driver. Likes: Film History, Movie Marathons, Top 5 Lists, Black Coffee, The Muppets, 90s Alternative, New Hollywood. Groucho, Zevon, That Picture of Dali Walking an Anteater.